You're listening to Career Ready, and I'm Coach K. Getting you ready for your corporate career. Welcome back to another week of Career Ready. This week we continue with our new grad series as we talk about the greatest catch-22 for a graduate out there. How do you land your first formal job in corporate without experience? Well, here's the secret. When applying for internships or entry-level positions, the hiring manager isn't actually expecting you to have any formal experience at all. So what does this mean? That means that it's not all about having formal experience, but rather having relevant experience. Relevant experience is about having any experience that demonstrates the 4 C's. The 4 C's of the 14th century are identified as critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. So let's spend a bit of time here because if you focus on the 4 C's, it will help you understand how to write your experience in a way that demonstrates all the soft skills that hiring managers are looking for. The first 4 C is critical thinking, and it's defined as the objective analysis and evaluation of an issue in order to form a judgment. Or simply put, it is the practice of solving problems through exploring and questioning. Second is creativity, and this is the use of your imagination or original ideas to create something, or the practice of simply thinking outside of the box. How often do you read that as a requirement in the job specs you've been applying for? We're looking for somebody who knows how to think outside of the box. That's creativity. And you've been doing this throughout your tertiary education as well, through your assignments and projects that you've been working on. Third is collaboration, and this is the practice of working together with others to achieve a common goal. And again here, think back to your high school or your tertiary experience. You've been collaborating. You've been working in teams or groups to produce assignments for your modules. And the fourth thing is communication. This is the imparting or exchanging of information by speaking, writing, or using some other medium, or simply the practice of conveying ideas quickly and clearly. And when it comes to communication, I want you to remember a few things. Firstly, how well you communicate has nothing to do with your accent or how well you know English, for instance, but rather how good you are at converting your thoughts into words. Secondly, it's about articulation and not pronunciation. So it really is all about how well you can send people on a journey for them to understand your personal story. Third, confidence is everything. You need to believe what you're saying or trying to communicate, whether that's through your CV, cover letter, social media, or during an interview. People resonate with a person's personality and confidence, not what they say. People will resonate with your personality and your confidence, not the way you talk. So now that you know what the 4 C's are, what does this mean for you and how do you implement them to demonstrate the experience that you do have as a graduate? Well, you're going to need to dig deep maybe be a little bit creative, but definitely prepare yourself extremely well. But the good news is you don't need to do it alone because I'm going to give you my 10 very easy tips on how you can land your first job as a graduate without formal experience. I'm just going to quickly run through the list of the 10 tips before we jump into the first one since it relates back to the 4 C's. 1 is work on your CV. 2, brush up on your interviewing skills. 3, get your personal brand out there. 4, volunteer to gain work experience. 5, do casual type of work. 6, consider your niche. 7, focus on what you do have. 8, upskill. 9, be strategic. And 10, focus your job applications on internships or entry-level positions. So let's discuss number 1 now, which is work on your CV. Really take the time to work on your CV or find a career coach or CV writer to help you do it if you struggle. Make sure that your CV is in the right format and it is ATS friendly. Check for spelling and grammar mistakes as well. Share it with someone else for them to critique it for you and give you real, honest feedback. Highlight your 4 C's, which are your soft skills. Remember that your experience as a graduate includes what you did and accomplished in high school as well as through your tertiary education. And lastly, do your best to align the soft skills listed on the job spec with the soft skills you have. For instance, if the job spec asks for someone who communicates really well, then write about a time that you either used verbal or written communication to resolve an issue. I will include this week on the podcast loaded on my YouTube channel a list of some soft skills that you can have a look at the skills that you do have and work on adding those skills onto your CV as well. That's it from me today. Thank you so much for joining. You can continue the conversation with me on LinkedIn by following my hashtag QMCareerCoaching or on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, as well at Hello Coach K. Or if you prefer, you can send me an email at info@hellocoachk.com. See you next time.